My constituents are still asking, where are the jobs? Florida's statewide unemployment rate 12.3%, and in some counties in my district, unemployment is as high as 15%. While the federal government may be growing at record speed, hardworking Americans are left out to dry. So says Congressman Tom Rooney, who joins us live this morning. And what's the matter? Your constituents don't want to be census takers, Tom?
Yeah, those are great jobs if you only need to work through September. All these stimulus jobs that are created in my district, everybody's celebrating them, but they say clearly in their releases that the money for these will be gone by the fall. So then what do? You've got to create an environment that's amicable for private sector jobs to create new jobs. The unemployment numbers are not going to move until the private sector feels like they can create new jobs that are permanent jobs, and that is the key to our success, and that is not what this administration or this Congress is providing people, and I think that it's very, very misleading.
Well, you're definitely swimming upstream on this one up there, because it seems like all they want to do is just create government jobs instead of getting government off small businesses back so that they can get back to the job of doing business.
Well, that's their game plan is all along. They've said it in the campaign. They've said it, in public, and nobody seems to pay attention. That the goal is to make the federal government bigger and more intrusive and more involved. And the more that they do that, the more the states and the local governments and the constituents themselves say, "Hey, I need the federal government now." The more and more they get their hooks into you, the more and more you're going to need them, and then they will have successfully completed the job of this progressive movement that the President and Speaker Pelosi are very fond of.
What kind of traction are you getting with the Economic Freedom Act?
I think that we're going to we just introduced it along with Jim Jordan from Ohio and Jason Chaffetz from Utah. We just introduced it, and I think that it's going to be the answer to those people that say, what is your plan? And you are just the party of no, and you don't have solutions. Well, these are the solutions. The solutions are to make the environment for businesses in this country a place where you want to do business, a place that you want to stay, not look somewhere else or offshore how you're going to be able to grow your company. I'm sick and tired of people having to apologize for wanting to be successful in this country or wanting to achieve the American dream. Here. Now the American dream is to find another country that won't, take all your hard-earned money and in the meantime creates no jobs here.
Let me ask you this, because let me switch gears for just a second here. This morning, about an hour ago, we had one of your colleagues on, Congressman Ron Klein, and he's resurrecting something that I think is important to we Floridians in particular. And we're talking about the Homeowners Defense Act. He told us you were on board with this. Are you?
Yeah, everybody from Florida is on board with that,
okay.
And that's one of those things where when people say that we're completely partisan and nobody gets along up here, that's not true. I mean, when you talk about specific things that affect the people of Florida, the Florida delegation is pretty unified. The problem is that we never talk about these things. I mean, that bill has been on the books or on the chopping blocks for years now, and because we're so busy with omnibus this or comprehensive that, when you have decent ideas that people can agree on that's just a standalone bill, it never seems to see the light of day, like my post-traumatic stress disorder bill that is a bipartisan bill with Mike McMahon from New York. That bill has never seen the light of day, and Michelle Obama thinks it's a great idea. So why don't we start doing stuff like that rather than trying to jam all this huge government down our throats just because we know we're going to lose, the Democrats are going to lose in November, so we got to do as much as we can now before it's too late. I mean, that's just, it's like a bull in a china shop, but it's disheartening. But Klein's bill is a good bill that everybody in Florida supports.
All right, if you just tuned in, we're talking to Congressman Thomas Rooney, and we've down to less than a minute here, but I got to ask you this question this morning since it was on everybody's radar all this week. Ben Roethlisberger, of course, the family owning the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's talk of trading Ben Roethlisberger, suspended for 6 games. What is going to happen with Big Ben?
Well, I don't think anybody wants him. I mean, to be honest with you, who would take this guy's contract and this guy's track record off the field? And then you're guaranteed that you're not going to have them for 6 games next year. I mean, that's why we had to go back out and get Byron Leftwich a couple days ago from, I think, Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
We traded a 7th-round pick for him. But you know what? I hope Ben gets his act together. But at the same time, I mean, if any of what was alleged in Georgia is true, I mean, that girl is going to have to live with that incident for the rest of her life. And this guy is playing football and making millions of dollars. He put himself bigger than the team. He put himself bigger than the city of Pittsburgh, and that just does not fit well with me.
Congressman Rooney, good luck on the Economic Freedom Act. Great to have you on the radio station. Have yourself a great weekend, and thanks for being with us at News Talk 850 WFTL. Always great to have you on this program.